just can't see it.
No, it's running.
Okay.
No,
You know
what
what?
do
Just take video. All right, so we're gonna start up a pre-war 1938 International Truck, of course, manual shift. I'm gonna show you how to do pre-war shift to pre-war truck. It's got 4 gears in reverse and a high-low range. We're gonna go out on the road, so I will shift this when we get to the end of the driveway. I want to show you how slow this goes. So you turn it on, got a starter. It's been running, so it should start right up. There we go. Purr. Got a little bit of a tick because it's got a valve in there that you got to do something with. So I'm going to put it in gear, and we're in first, and we're going to coast out to the end of the driveway. It'll probably take us probably 40 yards. It'll probably take at least a full minute to get there. What is different about a pre-war truck? Pre-war transmission, they are not synchronized. That's one big difference. So when you are driving a modern car, your purpose in going through the shifting is to get it fast, shift to the next gear, get it fast again, get the RPM up, shift to the next gear, get the RPM up, so that you're applying torque, power, and force in a lower gear, so your upper gear isn't working so hard. The whole concept about how you shift is different for a pre-war vehicle. To get to the next gear, your object isn't to get it going fast, get its power applied, get some speed. It's to get it to the next gear. Read the manual. And I was reading this old 1938 manual, and it's kind of interesting. The language is different. They talk about, get your oil man and your service man. But it's a different pace, different style of life 80, 90, 100 years ago. See, we're not even halfway to the end of the driveway. I think I've seen, any number of small critters move faster than this. But anyway, when you're downshifting, you double clutch. This thing is in high range, 4th gear. It cruises at 33 or so miles an hour. And if you let off the accelerator till it's down to almost idle speed, you can go to about 10, 15, maybe 10 miles an hour. And you can brake. There's no need to downshift on this unless you were on the top of a hill and you needed to downshift before you went down the hill. So there's no reason to double clutch this. The manual says single clutch. And if you just get it going fast enough to get into the next gear, it'll shift smoothly. Now you might say, well then you're going to lug the engine. Well, if you don't stick your foot in the carburetor, you're not. So I'm going to get it into high range. Push the clutch in. Gotta push the back there. We should be into high range. Yep, now we are. The click. If you don't stick your foot in the carburetor, you're not going to lug it. You say, well, I need to get up this hill or something. Then you leave it in the gear you're in. It's just a different style of driving. It's a lot less forgiving. You have to drive the truck in the style that it was designed to be before we had modern transmissions. So I'm gonna put it, grind it a little bit, put it in first. I didn't pause enough. I'm trying to multitask. We'll get it out on the road here. A little bit of gas, not very much. Everything is done at low RPM. Once you're in high gear, you can work your way slowly up to high RPM. Notice no manual, or no power brakes, no power steering. You definitely don't want to be driving this in busy traffic. If I'm going to drive it, I'll try to do it in a situation where I expect past one car every 3 miles. Okay, this is all the RPM I need to get. Well, I'm in first gear. You normally are going to start in second. Here we go into second. No grinding. Okay, now I'm going to give it just enough gas to get to third. This is it. Notice I'm not revving it up. Clutch down. Find third. A little bit of a grind. We're in third. Let's go on to fourth. This is all I need. There we are. We're in fourth. Now, you don't lug the engine because you don't apply power yet. Wait. I'm even going up a little bit of a grade here. So don't apply power until I'm well beyond this grade. Okay. Now, slowly add power. Slowly add acceleration velocity until we get it up there. You may have noticed when I went from third to fourth, I let off the gas and then shifted. I then pushed the clutch. It helps when you do that. It helps to synchronize the gear with no synchronizing system. I forgot to do that from going to second into third, so there was a little bit of a grind. Now notice that I'm going faster. Now I'm pushing down on the accelerator. Now I'm giving it power. And that's how you shift a pre-war truck. This truck, you don't even put yourself in the situation where you have to downshift it by